and I write. No.
Hey, here we are. It's the 33rd annual Boscov's Berks Jazz Fest in downtown Reading.
Yes.
And once again, we are talking to members of Jazz in Pink, Paula Atherton,
Yes.
saxophonist, flautist, and vocalist. Originally from New York, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So you connected with Gail Johnson in starting Jazz with Pink. How was it when she reached out to you? What did you think?
We actually got connected by this woman, Dion Maldonado, who worked at a radio station in North Carolina, if I remember that right. It was around 2010.
Okay.
And I guess Dion knew that Gail was looking for a female jazz artist because she wanted to, as Gail was speaking about in her interview, you know. So Dion knew me, so she hooked us up together.
Oh, that's great. Because when you have somebody that you know that knows both of you too,
Right.
they can see the pairing and they can see possibilities.
Yeah.
And it's been great possibilities. But you've had a great solo career too. When did you consider yourself starting professionally? When was that? Do you remember?
Well, I've always been a busy New York musician and singer, you know. There's a lot of corporate stuff that comes to New York, and I always get called for that.
How young were you then? Do you remember?
When I started working, I was in my late teens, I think.
Yes, I kind of thought you were younger.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's been a part of your life journey, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So
yeah.
are you working on album number 7? Is that right?
It's pressed and done, and it's dropping April 19th.
Okay.
But the people that are at Berks are going to get a copy tomorrow.
All right, it'll be here. So tell us about this.
Gotta be here to get one.
What's the name of it? What's it all about?
You know, it's really hard to, first of all, name instrumental songs. I have vocals on there too, but just to name an album, it's, you know, sometimes it's like a concept kind of thing, and I didn't really have anything. So I named it after the single that's out right now.
Okay.
That's doing really well, Dancing Shoes.
Dancing Shoes. Dancing Shoes.
Yes.
So how did you come up with that? It feels like that, huh?
Well, this song that Greg Manning and I did together, that he produced and we co-wrote it together, the bass line reminded me of PYT, Michael Jackson tune.
Yeah.
So
that's definitely dancing.
Definitely
dancing.
That's why
too.
I went there,
Yeah. So what is it about the saxophone for you? I mean, the sound, the voice that it gives you.
Well, I started as a singer. I was studying jazz. I studied Billie Holiday, and I started singing along Ella Fitzgerald's scat stuff and all that kind of stuff. Then I started to sing along with solos, Lester Young, Roy Eldridge, and then I heard Charlie Parker, and that blew me away.
Right.
So I was like, okay. At the time, I was singing and playing flute. I said, I got to get that. I got to learn that, and I got to check that out. So I got a saxophone, and I didn't have the technique together, so I didn't play it in public right away until, you know, I kind of got it more together. But it's, if you're a woodwind player and a doubler, which I'm a doubler, it's, you gravitate to other instruments, you know, flute, saxophone, sometimes clarinet.
Yeah.
I'm a clarinet owner.
Right. Okay.
That's about it.
You're always fun to watch on stage too, Paula.
Oh, thank you.
When you're performing, you really, there's such a
I
connection.
look like I know what I'm doing.
Well, yeah, you do. But you look like you're having a lot of fun and that you're really connected with your instrument. And that really comes across well. Is there something that we might not know about you that you think that we should know about you?
Uh-oh.
Anything you can actually say? But seriously, is there something that you'd like us to know, perhaps?
That I'd like you to know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just really dedicated to the music, and besides writing and recording and performing, I have a music therapy degree, so I work for this company called Music That Heals.
Oh, wow.
In New York, and I play music for autistic kids and people in hospice sometimes, cancer patients, and people with Alzheimer's as well. And, you know, music is such an important vehicle for so many things. And I just love exploring that.
It heals on many different levels too, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Just think of a world without it.
Yeah. Can't
Not
imagine.
a place I want to live.
No, me either. No, that's wow. When did you start this? How long ago?
Playing?
No, this what you're doing, playing for hospice
Oh,
and that sort of thing. Yeah.
I've been doing it for a few years. Yeah.
Okay. How did you get started? What made you really want to do that?
I knew about the healing powers of music, and even when I go out and play my own music, sometimes people come up to me and they say, I was feeling really bad, I was having a bad day, and I came to see you and you lifted me up. I mean, what's better than that?
Yeah. So you knew the power that you had with music and figured you can take this on various other levels and make a difference in people's lives.
It does make a difference. It makes a huge difference.
And it makes a huge difference in our community and in the world.
I'm also on the board of F2F, this company in Houston.
Okay.
And we raise money to get instruments for kids that can't afford them.
Okay.
And it's just like to see the kids' faces.
Yeah.
I mean, the first one we donated was to this trombone player during COVID. And it was in Houston, so I was home in New York, and they wanted me to watch, so I was, watching remotely, and they wanted to cut to me and ask me something. So, like, the boy's there that's getting his trombone, and his pastor's there, and the pastor's blessing the trombone. I'm watching this whole thing. I'm freaking crying, Wow. So they cut to me, Miss Atherton, can you say a few words? I'm like, not really. I really try to pull. It's so beautiful. I mean, it just really...
That kind of said it all, though, to them, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, what a difference you're making. Thank you, Paula, for everything that you do.
Well, thank you for all that you do.
Well,
this is not my first interview with you.
No, it's not the first one. It's always good to catch up with
always
you
good
again,
to catch
too.
up.
And it's so great to have the ladies here, so more to come. Don't forget, it's at noon tomorrow, Sunday. It's Jazz in Pink, and it's at Berks Jazz Fest.
That's right.
Yeah, thanks so much.